Hello, this is Arnold. We will have a quick review on TJO primarily about the calculations. And for this video, we'll be talking about critical angle. What is critical angle? This happens when you increase the incoming angle, the light bends more and more until it skims perfectly flat along the surface. So if this is what a refraction looks like, sa ako mga previous examples. So this is the normal line, and then this here is our angle of refraction. So padong ang light gani. And then if it is a critical angle, it is 90 degrees. Exactly 90 degrees ang ato angle of refraction. So it would actually look like this. So 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees. And then if you go past this angle, if you go past this critical angle, the light cannot escape at all. It reflects back inside like a mirror. This is called the total internal reflection or the TIR. So mitsuraan niya is like this. Lapas na siya 90 degrees. Lapas. So critical angle calculation only works under one condition. That is when our first medium na index of refraction is greater than the N2. You must be going from high index material to a low index material. So for example, is water to air considered to have a critical angle? That would be yes, because high index man to water 1.33 and our air is only 1.00. In contrast, ato air to water cannot have critical angle because low to high man siya. So that would be no. It disobeys the one and only condition sa ato critical angle, which is high to low. And then we derive this directly from Snell's law by setting theta 2 to 90 degrees. So ang ato pagkita nga rin is ato angular refraction is 90 degrees. So, if imo na siya i-cycle, ang bugawasan na is 1. So, we can actually simplify the formula into sine critical angle is equals to N2 over N1. Why? Ganun na inani mo na siya. Because, let's have this mawa na siya because it is basically 1. And then, you just divide both sides by N1 para mahawa ang N1 gari. So, that is how our critical angle formula here is simplified into this. However, if you really want to stick with this Snell's law na ang ani og itsura, you can also do that, but it is taas pero it still does its work. So if asa ka mas comfortable mo gamit, you can have it your way. Then let's have an example. A waterproof spotlight is placed at the bottom of a swimming pool filled with water. It shines upward into the air. At what angle does the light stop exiting the water and start reflecting back down? So this is the purpose of our critical angle. Iya pangitaon kung unsa na angle dira pa magka total internal reflection before siya magka total internal reflection. That is the importance of our critical angle. So, to illustrate this, we have here from water to air. So, mas dense man na to water kaysa sa air. So, ang itsura niya is like this. Muna siyang swimming pool. This is light source. This is our normal line. Ngara siya. Ang ato gipangita is ato critical angle because ato magipangita is what angle does the light stop exiting the water and start reflecting back down. So that means our angle of refraction here is automatically 90 degrees. Ang ato magipangita is kung sa si magka 91 degrees kay mo ang mga inana na stuffs is muna na magka TIR. And then here ang kuha nato nga ri is pila man nga ri siya. Muna ang ato critical angle. Mura na siya og angle of incidence but gifancy na siya name tungod kay 90 degrees man ang ato angle of refraction. And then our n1 here is 1.33 and our n2 here is 1.00. So we have to identify our variables. We just did that. And then our ato gipangitan na value is ang ato critical angle. So we set up the equation of our critical angle, that is our n2 over n1. So simply substitute lang 1.00 is over 1.33, and then we have here the value of 0.7519, but that is still not degrees pa na format, so we take the inverse sign. So that's why our final answer here is 48.8 degrees. So equals to 48.8 degrees. So it still follows the rule nga if mas dense, if mas if mas dense ang ato n1, if mas mas dako siya value, kay mas gamay siya og angle. 90 degrees is greater than 48.8. It still follows, it still checks out, so meaning to say our answer for our critical angle is correct. And that would be all for my discussion about the critical angle, and I have to extend my thanks to Krys for helping me with this presentation editing. And that would be all. Thank you very much.